Money. Few words carry so much emotion. Hope, fear, freedom, shame, dreams, regret. For some people, money represents security. For others, it represents power. And for millions, it has become something far more dangerous. An invisible ruler measuring their worth as a human being. From the moment you were old enough to understand the world, people started teaching you about money. Your parents, teachers, friends, society, the media, successful people, unsuccessful people. Everyone had an opinion. Everyone had a formula. Everyone claimed to know the secret. But what if many of those lessons were never true? What if some of the beliefs you've carried your entire life have quietly sabotaged your potential? What if the biggest obstacle between you and financial freedom isn't your income, but the stories you've accepted without questioning? Because money doesn't just expose character, it exposes beliefs. And some beliefs are expensive, not because they cost dollars, but because they cost decades. Tonight, we challenge 5 of the most dangerous money lies ever sold to ordinary people. Not to make you rich overnight, not to promise luxury, but to help you see reality more clearly. Because once you see the truth, you can never go back. The first lie sounds responsible. It sounds wise. It sounds safe. Work hard and you'll become wealthy. Most people spend their lives believing this. So they wake up early, work longer hours, take extra shifts, sacrifice weekends, miss family dinners, miss birthdays, miss life. And yet years later, they discover something unsettling. Hard work alone did not make them wealthy, because wealth is not simply a reward for effort. If it were, construction workers would be millionaires. Farm laborers would own mansions. The hardest working people on earth would be the richest. But that's not reality. Reality is more complicated. The world rewards value creation, leverage, problem solving, ownership, and decision making. Hard work matters, but direction matters more. Imagine climbing a ladder for 20 years only to realize it was leaning against the wrong wall. That is what happens when effort exists without strategy. You can exhaust yourself chasing money, or you can learn how money actually moves. One path creates fatigue, the other creates freedom. The second lie is even more dangerous because it disguises itself as humility. Money is the root of all evil. How many times have you heard it? How many people secretly judge wealth? How many individuals claim money doesn't matter while spending their entire lives worrying about it? The truth is simple. Money is not evil. Money is a magnifier. It reveals who you already are. Give money to a generous person and generosity expands. Give money to a selfish person and selfishness expands. Money is merely an amplifier, a tool, a resource, a force multiplier. The real danger isn't wealth. The real danger is believing that goodness and prosperity cannot coexist. Because when people unconsciously associate money with corruption, they sabotage themselves. They avoid opportunities, undervalue their skills, fear success, and remain trapped in financial struggle while convincing themselves they are morally superior. But there is nothing noble about unnecessary suffering. There is nothing spiritual about remaining powerless when you could create value and improve lives. Wealth is not the enemy. The misuse of wealth is, and confusing those two ideas has kept countless people small. The third lie is one that quietly steals years from ambitious minds. Save money and everything will be fine. Saving matters. Of course it does. But the world has changed. Inflation never sleeps. Time never pauses. Economies evolve. The money sitting idle today slowly loses purchasing power tomorrow. Many people believe they are playing defense, but they are actually losing ground. Imagine trying to climb a mountain while the ground beneath you slowly moves downward. You may feel stationary, but you're falling. The wealthiest people understand a powerful truth. Money must work. Just as people work, skills must grow. Knowledge must grow. Assets must grow. Opportunities must grow. Because survival belongs to those who adapt. The greatest investment was never stocks, never real estate, never cryptocurrency. The greatest investment has always been the person staring back at you in the mirror. Your skills, your mindset, your ability to solve problems, your capacity to create value. These are assets no recession can completely erase. The fourth lie sounds comforting. You need more money to start. This lie has destroyed more dreams than failure ever could. People wait, and wait, and wait, waiting for the perfect moment, the perfect opportunity, the perfect savings account, the perfect economy, the perfect conditions. But life rarely rewards perfection. Life rewards movement. History is filled with people who started with almost nothing, not because they had resources, but because they had resourcefulness. The truth is uncomfortable. Most people don't lack opportunity. They lack courage, because starting means risking embarrassment, risking criticism, risking rejection, risking failure, and human beings naturally fear all four. So they postpone action and call it preparation. Years pass, dreams fade, potential disappears, not because they couldn't begin, but because they convinced themselves they needed more before they deserved to begin. The tragedy isn't lack of money. The tragedy is wasted possibility. The final lie may be the most destructive of all. Money will make you happy. Entire industries are built upon this promise. Work harder, earn more, buy more, upgrade everything, and eventually happiness will arrive. But life keeps exposing the flaw. People achieve the salary they once dreamed about, then feel empty. They buy the house, the car, the watch, the status, and still something feels missing, because money solves money problems, not human problems. Money can buy comfort, but not purpose. It can buy attention, but not love. It can buy experiences, but not meaning. It can buy a bed, but not sleep. The deepest human needs exist beyond the reach of currency. Belonging, connection, growth, contribution, purpose, identity. These are treasures no bank account can guarantee. And yet many people sacrifice them while chasing wealth, only to discover they traded what mattered most. The goal was never money. The goal was always freedom. Freedom to choose. Freedom to create. Freedom to serve. Freedom to become. Money is simply one vehicle, not the destination. And perhaps that is the lesson nobody taught us. The real wealth of a human being cannot be measured solely by possessions. It is measured by options, by peace, by character, by resilience, by the ability to look in the mirror and know that success did not cost your soul. One day, all the numbers will stop mattering. The salary, the account balance, the titles, the possessions. What will remain is the person you became while pursuing them, the habits you built, the wisdom you gained, the lives you impacted, the courage you demonstrated, the integrity you protected. That is wealth no market can crash. That is wealth no thief can steal. That is wealth that survives every season of life. So question the stories you've inherited. Question the assumptions you've accepted. Question the beliefs that keep you trapped. Because the moment you stop believing money lies, you begin building a life based on truth. And truth is where freedom begins. If this message challenged the way you think about money, success, and purpose, take a moment to like this video. Share your thoughts in the comments below. Which money lie affected your life the most? And if you're committed to becoming stronger, wiser, more disciplined, and more intentional every single day, subscribe to the channel and join this journey. Because your greatest investment will never be in a bank account. It will always be in yourself. And that investment can transform everything.